Hi, lovely. Thank you for purchasing with Medium Emary. And so this is like kind of like a duo, as this is now for the mother of the last video I just did. So I'm gonna just go to your questions so I could have it ready, and I'm gonna just sage the area and then do a quick little prayer as I begin your questions and the reading. So just to let you know, I do have the elephant here. I just feel drawn to it for both of your readings. I love elephants. They represent good luck. They represent overcoming obstacles and being strong. You guys have a lot of strength, and I think that's what makes you guys very beautiful. And I also have a clear quartz for you as well to have a stronger connection with your guides and your higher self. I also have rose quartz. This represents the feminine energy, mother-like energy, that unconditional love and caring energy. And then I also have the chrysocolla, which can be due to suppressing emotions due to fear and anxiety. The throat chakra, it's very good for releasing any unproperly resolved emotions. So this is very good that I felt was good for the reading. So I'm going to go to see your questions here. Alright, so I'm going to sage really quickly. Alright, saging the air, saging the cards. Just saging it for the second time here. Alright, we're going to do a quick prayer, and then we'll go into your questions. Alright. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels of this reader I'm reading for, as I have your name in my head, I ask to reveal to her now, with the cards, what she needs to know in this present time. I ask that the information that comes through, may it come from a higher intention and purpose of God. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading. Thank you. So I'm going to start shuffling the cards here. I am feeling, right now, just tuning into your energy, I am feeling that instead of feeling worried or stressed or, like, I don't know, like, don't be afraid of new things or the future. I feel like you could have this thing where you're scared of the future, and I'm feeling spirits telling me don't be afraid of the future. So many good things could happen with the future, there's people that sometimes they just can't take the unknown, and it freaks them out. It can be in a good way and a bad way, and with you it just kind of like it really freaks you out. So spirit's saying to just, instead of like thinking about it so much, kind of like shift your focus and just be in the moment. That's something that's very important with you that I'm hearing. That's very good for you, to be in the moment. Don't be in the past, don't be in the future, be in the moment, hun, okay? So your first question is, will my sister-in-law and I be okay? I don't know if this is in regards of a fight or health-wise. I'm not sure 100% what that question is meaning, but I'm just going to pull out the cards. I'm feeling, you guys will be okay, but I do feel like there's some form of time needed. So for me, time means like time to recuperate, time to feel better. I don't know if something happened between you guys or health-wise, I'm not sure. But it's more of like, I feel like you guys need space or time to recuperate that I'm feeling. I do feel like there was some, not an issue, but something that allowed something to happen where there's either friction or stress or tension or conflict, and then I'm just feeling like maybe this is time for like a break or space is needed. I feel like you guys will be okay, but like a little break from each other, or maybe not thinking about the issue. Both of you not thinking about the issue will help you guys, okay? So I'm going to pull out 3 cards for this, because I am feeling some tension. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so I don't, it's very interesting. I do feel like it will be okay. There's just some form of, see, the world and the devil is not a bad card. Usually means temptation, shadows. It just means to that it will be okay. I just feel like again that tension, that conflict, the shadows, the temptation. I don't know if somebody's been sneaky or somebody's not really completely honest or fake or or um, or maybe the information is not. There's lack of communication due to something, or it's not. You both have this confusion where it's not resolved correctly. But I am feeling it will be okay. You just need like space right now from each other. Like no more fire to the pit. It's a kind of thing where it's like there's time needed to like to cool down or settle down, and then you guys could talk like again or talk about serious stuff again. I don't know if there was an issue, but if there isn't and it's just more of like there's a conflict, I would for me the best is not to like to just to let it be a little bit, not like you can initiate and discuss it, but like don't like put so much into it and more energy into it, because I do feel like it will throw her off or throw you off or make you feel negative or feed off the negativity, and you don't need that right now. um, the last card represents somebody being sneaky or it's negative. So it can mean if somebody's being sneaky or like they're trying to get away with something, you know what I mean? Or they're just not being completely honest, or like they were but then they weren't. It's like an on and off thing. I'm not sure, but I am hearing the answer to that, I would say, is I think you guys will be okay, but to just let it be for a little bit and let it recuperate. You can take the initiative, be initiative about it, but then that's it. Don't like talk about it again and again, because I feel like that will push her away or push you away, and you don't want that. It's more of like you don't want to create more conflict and more tension. If it's not conflict, more tension. Um, so that is what I'm feeling with that. Hold on, you guys. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, my darling. My phone rang. Forgot to put it on silent. So that is what I am feeling this uh, with this question. Uh, I feel like it's best to not put so much focus on it, and that you could take the initiative, but then like let it be. In the meantime, there's need of a break and recuperation from it. So I'm going to move on now to your next question, hun, which is, will my brother find a great job soon? Okay. All right. Yes. I'm feeling he will, but there's something where like it's not gonna be just one, it's gonna be two. So for me, it means like probably like uh, one will interfere with another or something like that. But let me see what the cards have to say with that. I'm trying to be as loud as possible here. Hope you guys could hear me. Okay. Sorry if you hear the dogs. I hope you can see the cards here. Those very good cards. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling with your brother. I do feel like he has the world, this is a very good career card. It represents he has the world in front of him. Any inspirations, any creations, if he's in the process of creating a new business, a new project, whatever it is, I do feel like he has the capacity, he has the ability to do that. He just has to, put it into action. I do see like he went through some form of loss. I don't know if he lost a business or lost money, or like he like recently somebody passed and he went through a passing or something of some form of a loss and defeat of some sort. But it's something that has affected him. I don't know if it's affected him with this whole job thing. He lost a job, it affected him, or this loss in general has affected the whole thing with his employment. But I do see some form of loss. I do see also sadly, this represents some job or some money that was supposed to come in, or some probably some job that he thought he was going to get, but it didn't fall through. It shows that, there was something, it just didn't work out. But that doesn't mean that's going to be that's how it's going to be for the next job he tries to attract. I do feel like he will find a job. I do not feel like it's going to be soon, but I feel like he's going to have two jobs. He's going to be stuck in between two jobs that he'll possibly be able to get. I don't feel like super soon, but I do feel within the next, I would say pushing it 3 months, but I am feeling within the next two months or so, maybe a month and a half, but that's too soon. So I would say 2 months. But I do feel like either he lost a job, or obviously he doesn't have a job, but there was something that didn't fall through with his career or with the money or with his project. Something didn't fall through, like an opportunity or something that he had. But I do see this loss. That's affected him, but he has the world in front of him. He has the tools and the skills, and he just needs to believe in himself more, and put himself out there more, and not be afraid of going into the unknown. I do feel like I don't know if it's insecurities, or he beats himself up too much or puts himself down about it, or he's just in a low state now that it's hard for him to feel motivated. But I do feel like he needs some form of more motivation, more a little bit to push himself. If he is pushing himself, I just do feel like if I don't want him to focus so much on the expectation, like I need this job, more of, because then he's gonna, things sometimes the way you want it to end up, it doesn't end up that way. You just want the outcome for everything. It's more of like with you, the same thing, like be in the moment. I feel like for him, he just needs to be in the moment and not let things, like not have an expectation for something, just go with the flow and see what happens, and not have expectation, because then that will affect him more, because he had this expectation for it and it just didn't work out. So no, just because he had that thing that didn't fall through, or this loss, that's, if he allows it to feed off him, it can pull him back from finding or attracting a job. But know that he has the abilities, he has the skills. He doesn't need to feel like he has to pull himself back due to this loss and this thing, because today might be a bad day, but tomorrow might be a better day. So he has to kind of lift his head up and keep going, keep moving forward. It's just a lesson. It's just learning things. This is part of his expansion and his journey. Doesn't mean that something in the future won't follow through. So I do feel like he will find a job. There's going to be something about two jobs. So I don't know if he's going to be stuck between two, or something with two that he's juggling, or something with two jobs. And I do feel within the next like 2 months or so, pushing it 3 months, but within the next 2 months, I just feel like he needs to, like I said, motivate himself and believe in himself more, and not beat himself up about it, frustration. So that's what I'm feeling with that, hun. All right, so I'm going to go on to the next question, which is, do you see a man in my future? Let's see here. Let's put that love crystal right here as we ask that question to the cards. This is interesting. So I feel like that's a yes, because 2 positive cards, 1 negative. I just feel that it's more of like, I feel like you think it's hard to find somebody. I feel like you feel like it's a lot of work, or maybe I don't know, because you've gone through so much in general with relationships. Relationships itself, just the idea of it exhausts you. But I do feel like you want a relationship, and you're like, you're wondering, like, is it gonna happen or is it not gonna happen? But it will require energy, and some form of hard work. So it's like, if you want to meet a man, you kind of have to put the effort. So it's like, if you want to meet someone, that they can't just like, what I'm hearing from spirit is they don't just come knocking at your door. So it's like, I mean, that would be great. I do believe that that can happen, but not always realistically. So if I'm feeling spirit saying, if you really want to meet that person, if you're really in that desire to find your partner, to meet new people, you need to adventure out and try it out. I do feel like this fear, like you're scared, or you're like embarrassed, or you're I think you're just scared. And spirit's saying not to be scared. So for me, these cards are saying you need to mingle. You need to put yourself out there to attract that person that you're gonna meet in the future. I do feel like you will meet someone in the future. I feel like you will meet them in some form of an online thing. Um, and I do feel like he's going to be different than you. He's not going to be the same. He's going to be different, and I do feel like he's going to be a little older than you. But I do feel like he's going to be different than the guys that you've been with before, which is really good because you need that. And I'm also feeling he's going to kind of like, because I feel like you've been you've done so much for everyone else that you kind of, I don't know if you've lost yourself, but it's more of like you need to feel like your childlike self again. So I'm hearing spirit saying like you need to feel like, I'm not saying feel young again, but feel that like childlike self in you, where you want to just be careless sometimes, just be careless sometimes, and not like be so I wouldn't say uptight or serious, but it's more of like feel free, like feel careless sometimes. Just like live life in the moment. Like, we only live life once kind of thing, like what is that word? Just feeling like, just when it comes down to dating and meeting people, just be a little careless. Like, don't take it so personal, in the sense of just, enjoy it. Don't make yourself feel like uptight about it, or feel like something has to come out of it if like you go on this date with them. Like, just enjoy it, hun, because I'm also feeling like you need to enjoy yourself, in the sense of you've gone through so much that you don't need anybody. Like, deep down, I feel like you don't need anybody because you're so strong and you've gone through so much. So for me, it's more of like, if this person's gonna be a part of my life, it's because they really love and care about me, not because I need them. You understand? So it's more of for your fulfillment, in the sense of having a life partner, not being alone and having somebody next to you. So my answer to that is yes, I see you meeting a man in the future. I would say online, or like I feel like this person's not gonna like, he's gonna be different. So either he'll have a different culture, or he'll be from a different background, or not like the same culture as you, or you'll meet him some way where like you'll find out that he's different, either online or like somewhere like in like a gathering. But like I feel like he's gonna be different, so either he's gonna be from a different background, different culture, or something different about him. And I'm also feeling that spirit saying to release your childlike self, like mingle, like put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And I guess also you're afraid of the exhaustion or the energy that it requires to finding somebody. So don't feel like, but that's the whole part of it. You don't need to put so much energy into it, but a little bit. But you have to put yourself out there, hun, and have those careless moments, in the sense of just, you deserve you time, like, because you've worried about everybody else. It's like a kind of thing, like you need to be like just a little bit careless sometimes with it, when it comes down to meeting somebody, enjoying yourself in a relationship, dating, mingling. I feel like that would be really good for you, hun. I hope I explained that in the most best way that I could, because I'm feeling that very strongly from spirit. Not it's more of the sense to let that childlike self come out of you, either like you've been always so worried about serious things because you've had to worry about taking care of the kids and the survival and everything. Now it's like, I feel like you need to focus on you and let yourself just have fun. Just have fun. You need to have fun, hun. Okay? So that's what I'm feeling with that. Okay, your next question is, will my grandson be successful in his new venture? So I think this was in regards to, I'm not going to say her name, her first question about the famous thing. So I was answering this and then I had to change it, but let's see here. Oh, that card just flew out. All right. Okay, so the cards came out negative, but what's good about this, I do feel like this is something that he's working on. I do feel like he will. I do feel like he will be successful. I wouldn't say famous, but I do feel like he's going to get a lot of opportunities with this niche or this thing that he's trying to do. Okay, so for me, it represents, I do see a lot of faith, a lot of hope with this. I do see that he needs to have more, like, he needs to be more initiative towards it. He needs to put more, I don't know if he is now, but maybe he needs to put more of it, more leader-like, commander-like qualities into it. He has to literally just go for it and not like hold himself back. All right, I do feel like this thing that he's doing, he has a soul connection to it. So it's kind of like this is something that he's done in other past lives and he's taking it with him into this life. So it's like basically this card represents this venture. It's his calling. It's his calling and he has a soul connection to it. All right, I also see here that there's a dream to it, there's a hope to it, there's like, it's more of like he just has to have faith, and you guys have to have faith that this is going to work out, and I feel like it will. I just feel like I don't feel like he's going to be famous. More of that, there's just going to be a lot of opportunities. So it's like once he gets into that niche or whatever he's doing, he's going to get other opportunities, and it's going to be a kind of like, I feel like a global thing with him with this. I also feel like something that he can do different, like this one thing, but he could do different things with that one thing, like go into different things for this one thing. So it's really cool. I feel something global with this, so that's really awesome. I just feel like he needs to kind of sometimes like how do I say it? Just if he's putting his leader qualities right now, like if he's putting his commander leader like qualities, he needs to put a little bit more. If he isn't, then the card is representing he needs to put in his leader like qualities. So he needs to kind of put more of the initiative to it. He needs to be more he needs to just go for it. He needs to like and also he needs to what is the word? Let him allow himself to have a mind of his own when it comes down to this adventure. Not to think that other people, not to think that other people are making him feel like he's doing right or wrong. It's whatever he feels is right, whatever he feels like it's his calling, whatever decision he feels like is best for that that thing he's doing. Let him know it's his own mind and he has a mind of his own, and he doesn't need to worry about what people think, because that's something I'm hearing too. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he doesn't need to worry about what people think with this, and to be fixated on this dream, because with dreams it can become a reality. He just needs to really hone into that leader like qualities, push himself with it, embrace it, and not like let people not think what other people think. Like, don't allow other people's opinions like change his course or change his decisions. Let him have a mind of his own, which I think you guys let him, obviously, but it's more of like other people, I don't know, friends or whatever it is. But I see a lot of global things here. I see like once he's in this, there's going to be like other opportunities. So it's going to be really good. I feel excited about it. I just want him to really like, I feel like he believes in it, but I want him to like really like just go for it. That's what I'm feeling, like really go for it. It's going to be hard work. I don't feel like it's going to be so super easy. It's going to be a kind of thing where it's up and down, or, like one moment will be okay, one moment will be the next. I don't know if he's going to study for this or he's like learning or going through a training thing, but I feel like it's going to require hard work, and he's going to learn a lot from this. It's going to be a lot of learning things for him. So there's going to be like a really expanding growth. This is going to be like a very strong growing period for him. So this is really, really good. He just has to, just go for it and not be afraid with this. So it's I feel like he's like on his tippy toes. Like he wants to do it, but he's a little bit like, he's like, okay, I don't want to mess this up. I want to do the right thing with this. And I feel like he will. He just has to go for it and like do what he knows is best. He just has to do his thing. That's basically it. Do his thing. I see global eyes, and I see a lot of other opportunities coming with this. All right. So that's what I'm feeling with that question. I have one more question here, and then I will pull out an oracle card for you, hun. Last question is, what do you see me doing in my professional life? One thing I have to say, hun, you have a lot of healing qualities with children, animals. There's a lot of healing qualities to you. So I think that's something that you could take into account. I don't know if that's a calling you would want to do in your professional life, but things that have to do with healing, talking to people, helping people, I feel it's very strong with you. Um, you're a very creative person too, so this is really nice. These cards are perfect for the whole professional thing. I see a lot of you know, that you have the world ahead of you. Anything is possible. I see some form of traveling, so I don't know if it's traveling for that company you guys were talking about, but I see some form of traveling. I also see that you need to believe in your strength. You need to believe in the strength that you have when it comes down to your work ethics, your career, your professional life. You need to believe in it more. Don't uh, put yourself down about it or think like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough or whatever. I feel like you need to believe in the strength you have. So this one, the Three of Wands, I do feel like it represents probably the company, traveling. I do see some form of traveling. But I see some creativity side to you, hun. So I would say for your professional life, I'm feeling the healing traits. I feel a lot of creativity from you too. So something that has to do with creativity, something that has to do with you creating things, using your creative mind, your creative process. So I don't know if it's creating things in the company, maybe artsy stuff. I don't know, maybe creativity. That's something that's very strong with you, and it came out here. And also your healing traits. So maybe you could be creative with that, maybe with animals, with children, or I'm not sure, just in general, something creative, maybe creating events, creating, organizing things with decorations. I don't know, something with creativity. That's very strong. And if you're going to do anything for a professional life, it should be something with healing traits, like I said, or creativity, okay? Because you have a lot of creativity energy to you. Just know that you have the strength and believe in that strength you have. Like, believe in your work ethics, believe in your power, believe in your career, your talents, and know also that you have the world ahead of you. It's more of it's up to you. It seems here, if you look at this person, this man, it's like they're indecisive or just like, what do I do? I'm looking at this thing and I'm not sure what to do. You can decide whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Again, I see traveling. So if it's not involved with the creativity, it's involved with the company. So some form of traveling. So that is what I'm feeling with that, hun. Now, I'm going to pull out a card from the Oracle card deck for Goddess of Guidance. So this is a positive affirmation for you, hun. And I will end the reading with that. Okay. Here you go. This is so weird because I think there was this last time, I think I pulled out a card for you like this, or it fell out, but I didn't pay attention to it. But you got the card that says true love, okay? It says the romantic steerings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So I really do feel Guinevere very strong. And I always pull out the rose quartz with you because you possess this love, hon. You possess this unconditional love that everybody can see, that giving love. So for me, it represents that there will be some form of new love, true love, that will be coming into your life. Like I said, the man that you will meet in your future, okay? But it also represents that love that you have, the unconditional love. That can be something you can use in your professional life as well. That, like I said, the healing traits, that natural love that you have. But I also feel like it's that new love that's going to come into your life. I feel like that next person that you'll meet in the future will be some form of a soul connection. So somebody that you've met in your past, a soulmate. Not like a twin flame. A twin flame is something that's like super perfect, but more of a soulmate. It's like somebody you've met in the past and you'll be like, oh, I know you. There's something about you that I feel like I know you in some way, but I've never met you. So that's what I feel with that. But also at the same time, you possess this mother-like, this Guinevere, kind, caring, sincere love to you. unconditional love to you, that this is something you could take into account with a lot of things you do in your life. And a lot of people want a little bit of that love because they notice that about you, hon. All right, and Spirit sees that and they appreciate that. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed that, and lots of love to you guys. Little elephant. It actually fell a little bit ago. It chipped, so I got a little bit sad. But it's kind of, I think now I'm going to be using this little guy whenever I do card readings. Seems like a little good luck charm, but not that it fell, that's good luck, but there's something about it that I like him watching while I give the card reading. So love you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out.